It's 4 a.m. in the morning. We just got in a package of Darkest Dungeon. I have blackened whiskey here because it just seems appropriate to pair with this insane box. I have been waiting for oh so long to go ahead and open this up. West, 4 a.m. cheers.
4 a.m.
We're
cheers.
doing this for you. Let's go ahead and dig into it. It's about time we go ahead and dig into this. I have been waiting for this game for an insane amount of time. Darkest Dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon.
Leave a comment down below if you're a fan of the original video game, if that's why you're over here, because I was a fan of this video game before I was a fan of board games in general. Darkest Dungeon is a classic and a masterpiece at how you end up taking like an indie studio and bringing a video game to life. It is so good.
Yeah. I never got a chance to play the video game, but I've seen a lot of stuff about it.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, for those of you that do know, this is just a glorious unboxing video. For those of you that don't know, Darkest Dungeon is going to be a dungeon crawl style board game where you're going to be taking a tribe or a troop of various different characters and going through kind of a campaign and kind of a series of one-shots in a lot of ways. You see, you're going to be building up your settlement, building up your village, and then diving into the dungeon itself to explore the mysteries and divine what's happening in the various different crypts. Now, the cardboard is nice, dual-sided. I like that all these tiles are giant, but they actually have various different intersposed like locations on them, so it makes setup quicker than it would be a lot of like separate tiles. But every stage, every arena, every place you're fighting is going to be unique. What's going on inside of this box here, and what are you familiar with, Wes?
So I know that these are different stances that you take as your different player characters.
So they're like the positions that you have. So you're going to have your knight in the front, your defender, you're going to have your ranged, and then you're going to have your like paladin or your healer back there. And every character has a role to play, and every character has certain abilities that do and don't trigger depending on where they are.
It's like aggressive, defense, that kind of stuff. This is your town block area so that you can, these are parts of the things that I believe you can upgrade as you're playing through. I believe in the video game, like you would upgrade your stables 100%. So that you could get more people, and then upgrade your blacksmith so you could start upgrading your weapons and that kind of thing. Yeah,
you're going to be exploring this location here. Anyone that's played the original game, the video game, is familiar with this location, and it's going to be a lot the same. There's actually a lot of stuff they've done here to try to translate the video game into the tabletop setting, and I'll be honest with you, the audience. And I said this multiple times during the campaign as well, this is not a light game. This is a heavy, crunchy game with the same degree of min-max that you found in the video game here on the tabletop in front of us. This is going to be the dungeon crawl mechanic. Oh, these are cool. So
you go to your different rooms.
This is the various different scenarios and rooms that you can actually hunt down, and you're actually going to be exploring through them. Sometimes you'll find odds and ends or nothing of much importance, and then other times you'll actually come across entire battle zones and scenarios. In the video game, you have a lane battle system, head-to-head skirmish. Here, they've taken that and they've turned it into a bit more of a dungeon crawl where you actually open up the map and you're now fighting in a room or a catacomb instead of fighting specifically like straight across the board. So it kind of takes a 2D element and makes it a little bit more 3D.
I believe those are your monster style ones for that.
So these might be ours, and the other ones might be the monster style ones.
Highly likely, yes.
Red and yellow, red and yellow. What else is in here?
Combat liner.
Ooh, okay. We're coming across some of the creatures. No, we're coming across some of our people that we're actually going to be able to recruit. So this is the abomination, and you actually can flip from, look, you turn from him into him.
Oh, wow.
So full cycle. We have the Arbalist, various different levels of them. The Jester.
Nice.
Beautiful artwork on all of these
really
as well.
Cool. Yeah,
I love all of the different stylized artworks and stuff. Grave Robber is awesome. Highwayman was always one of my favorites. We have the Occultist. We have the Plague Doctor.
Very cool.
We have the Vestal. We have the Bounty Hunter. We have the Helion. We have the Crusader. So I always like Crusader and like There's a few of them that you already have immediately, and they're just classics. And there's a few in here that are from some of the expansions and stuff that came out online. Let me know, have you played Season 2, Chapter 2 of The Darkest Dungeon yet? I haven't had a chance to dive into it very much. I'd love to know if you're enjoying it at the moment. So here is going to be more of our large player cards. So these are different ones that either we can recruit or take out. I'm not sure how these cards interact with the board itself.
But I have to say the artwork is awesome.
Do you like the artwork?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Pulls me in for sure. Okay. I really like it.
Here are our large villains.
These are your bosses.
Bone Captain, Brigadand, the Ghoul, Adder, Prophet. Oh, man. So these are going to be the different characters that we actually go up against. And some of the large bosses will have miniatures for all of these as well, which is going to be epic. There's our Ancestor, second form. I feel like I've just mixed all those up. I should probably resort those in the opposite way that I just produced them, but that'll be okay. That'll be okay. What else do we have down here? We have a save box, it looks like?
We do have a save box, yep,
okay,
with the different cardboard pieces inside of it.
And then we have all of these card packs.
Each one of those is different cards for a specific situation.
So one of the complex and unique things about Darkest Dungeon is every single one of your characters also has an entire arsenal of upgrade pathways.
Oh, wow.
And that's what these cards are going to be. So I'll open one quickly just to give you a taste of this. But basically, if I'm playing as the Jester, I also have all of these, so all of these abilities, and these abilities trigger based on what room location I'm in. And then they have a certain amount of damage, a certain amount of like extra actions they get. They add status effects and bonuses to the different people that are in our party.
Nice.
This entire stack is different ways to customize your troop that's going out on various different battles.
That definitely makes it a little bit crunchy.
I promised you that this would be crunchy.
Yeah.
If you want crunchy, you got the right game coming.
Wow.
What else do we have?
It's another pack like that.
That's a whole nother pack like that.
And then there's some more packs like that.
There's more packs like that. These are going to be armors and weapons and other things that you find along the way.
And then there's these.
Here we're going to have, it looks like, some terrain and city event cards. We're going to have our various bosses. So this is going to have a lot of the monsters that we're actually fighting inside of it.
Okay.
So you look here. So these are our bosses.
Yep.
And then this deck here, these are all going to be the different types of creatures that you fight. And so there's a ton of variety as well in terms of what little minions pop out.
And that's only half of them because there's another deck that's exactly the same size. There's nothing but monsters inside of it.
And how you actually have to like fight and deal with them.
Wow.
I like that all of these are contained in tuck boxes because I would not want to try to keep all of this together and organized.
These look like maybe... Oh, these are rooms. All the different card rooms.
Yeah, these are going to be the different scenarios that you might face off against people. So these are the different tiles that you place out. And it looks like each one is a 4x4 grid, but because they're separated and they actually have different spacing on them, you'll create unique tile patterns.
That's really cool.
Along with that as well.
Yep.
All right, let's keep diving in. I know there's a few other boxes we want to open up. By the way, if you're watching the video at this point, if you're excited for the Darkest Dungeon, if you want to see some more Darkest Dungeon coverage, whether that is how to plays, gameplays, quick start guides, 10 rules you might miss, any of the content we do here on Quackalope, I'm gonna need you to do two things real quick. I'm gonna need you to give me an algorithm comment down below because reality has it, I'm here on YouTube competing with everyone else on YouTube, and the better this video does, the better our channel does, and the more stuff we can bring to you.
That's right.
And then I need you to double check that you're subscribed because again, we are doing our very best to produce the highest quality content we can, and if we get an arsenal of support and subscribers on this video, we're happy to bring a ton more content to you. And if this video does okay, I'm gonna play it off camera and not tell you anything about it because this takes a lot of work to do. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
That's right.
Ooh, we're gonna get some miniatures in here.
Excellent.
This is one of the expansions. So this is the Crimson Court expansion. So here we're actually going to have a whole new set, a whole new set of room tiles. Very nice. And those should be double-sided as well.
They are.
Yep, front and back. Then we're going to have a whole new set of bosses and different types of creatures that we're fighting against. Now, a lot of you will be like familiar with the people that we're going up against.
Different cards.
But there's a whole nother set of boss cards, a whole nother set of standard enemy cards, and they look really nice. The artwork stands up. all of these bosses, if you look, all of these bosses have different levels too. So you actually fight and process them through different stages of their campaign.
These have different quests that you can go on with this particular situation.
Okay.
New
All right.
bosses that you can see within those quests.
I know there's at least 12 people currently talking about this. Oh, there's tape on the sides. You heathens. So let's take a look. Let's do some judgment on the minis. Let's take a look at how some of these turned out. I loved how chibi and like they translated the art style of the Darkest Dungeon really well into miniature form when it came to like the initial sculpts and the initial resins. That's pretty cool. Look at the like hive lady.
Oh yeah, she's got that, like, she's going to a ball with a giant carapace on the back of her.
Oh, West.
Wow.
West.
Oh my gosh,
Here's
what
the
is
test.
that?
I'm going to do the real test. That's well made.
That's well made.
Not unbalanced, not twisted or warped or anything like that. I will take that.
That's pretty cool. That's a crazy looking, like, he's firing a giant...
People are going to have some insane fun painting this stuff. What do we have over here? Are these some of our other minions or heroes?
Also has tape.
You know, I appreciate the tape, and the tape also, real frustrating, man. Real frustrating. Just some duelists, just some long things, just some little bugs. All right, we've got one more box we need to open up.
Yep.
We've got one more thing we need to check out. Let me go ahead and get this over there. Oh, I want to keep all these together, so make sure, slide this in that direction. And let's take a look at the last and final box, and probably the box that some of you all have been waiting for the most, the miniatures.
The miniatures.
The entire crate filled to the brim with minis. Now this game, it might actually be your style, West, because it's going to be a series of one-shots.
That is much more my style than the
instead of like
campaigns.
one dedicated long campaign.
I like
You
that
can play it
process.
more as a campaign.
I mean, I think in general it is a campaign, but each individual little one-shot makes it more simple.
Giant Cthulhu Eye.
Yeah, I think this is a beholder.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got
That's a crazy looking
little
beholder.
token tray here.
Little dude's hanging.
Here's one of our abominations.
Oh yeah! Wow. Okay, so even that, they're different colors to help you show
So
the
a
difference.
lot of the ones in yours are actually going to be a lot of our minions. Like once you get down to the bottom, I think.
Yeah.
In your box, yeah. Unless mine doesn't have a dual layer. No.
Oh yeah, here they are.
And I'm more excited about some of our support characters than I am about any of the villains and stuff. Snake looks pretty good. There's definitely some like molding lines and stuff there that maybe aren't the very best, but nothing that you can't like fix up a bit.
So here's our jester.
Yeah.
And then the plague doctor.
Nice. Oh, the Plague Doctor looks so good.
Yeah.
So these little chibi minis, I think a lot of people backed just to get their
Crusader.
hands on some of these.
These are really...
They look really good.
Yeah, they've got like they're all in simulated action shots and the gunslinger.
Yeah,
These are nice.
they've translated really nice. The resins were a bit crisper. I'd love to do a video kind of comparing the original like just the process of production all the way from prototype, because I've got 3 stages of this game.
Oh,
if I can get them to send me back the original resins, I will have had 3 stages of Darkest Dungeon, the board game. I'd love to do like a little mini showcase talking about the way that a company brings something from that initial stage, that concept, all the way through to like a finished produced product. I'll have to reach out to them and see if they're open to that.
And part of like changing these is because the way you set up something in a graphic, it doesn't always translate into, well, you can make this as a resin. And just because you can make it as a resin doesn't always mean you can translate it into making it in plastic like this.
Here's the abomination whipping his chain.
That's cool.
Across the space.
We've got the cultist here, and then for a support to just have one little piece like that and to still... It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Here's a big Burbalus heart.
Yeah.
In case you're interested. This is looking good. This is looking really
unique,
solid.
Very different. It's a cool style. I like it.
I'm stoked about this. Let us know. How excited are you? Do you want some content coming out from Quackalope? Are you interested in gameplays, quick start guides? Like, what is it that you'd be looking for, right?
Yeah.
Or just play the video game. I don't know. You tell me. Either way, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
If you're brand new to the channel, we do a ton of board game content. We talk about new things that are coming out. We showcase all of the cool IPs and video games that are being like brought over from the digital world into this space. Like Darkest Dungeon, there's a ton of stuff that's coming over into our hobby space. And outside of that, we stay up till 4 a.m. We drink a fuck ton of liquor, and we have a good time.
And we can show you if the port's worth it. Is this something you need to spend your money on?
Yeah. So if you're interested in that, in any degree,
come out.
Screw you. I'm gonna punch you in the face if you don't subscribe. Get out of here. We're done. Goodbye. Bye. I'm going to bed.